If you have a felony conviction, one wrong move with a gun can turn into a brand new criminal case. So here's the direct answer. Usually not. In most cases, federal law blocks a person with a felony conviction from firearm and ammunition access. That includes owning, receiving, possessing, or accessing them. But that does not always mean forever. In some situations, firearm rights may come back through a pardon, expungement, or set aside. Restoration of civil rights or federal relief may also apply. The key is that the restoration must fully remove the firearm restriction. This is educational information, not personal legal advice, until a qualified attorney confirms your rights in writing. Do not handle or access a firearm. Do not buy, borrow, carry, or store one. Because the dangerous part is not always the gun you own. Sometimes it is the gun somebody else owns. Under federal law, a person convicted of a crime punishable by more than 1 year generally cannot possess firearms or ammunition. The rule can also prohibit receiving, shipping, or transporting them in interstate commerce under Title 18 United States Code, Section 922. In plain English, a felony conviction can usually block gun possession. That can apply after prison, it can apply after probation or parole ends, and it can apply even if the felony was not violent. The rule can also apply to ammunition, not just the firearm itself under the federal felon in possession rule. So if someone says, "I don't have a gun, I only have ammo," that may still create legal danger. The default answer is simple: no gun, no ammunition, and no possession unless firearm rights have been fully restored. But possession does not always mean ownership. Actual possession means holding a gun, carrying one, keeping one in your vehicle, or having ammunition under your control. Constructive possession is less obvious. It can mean you had access to, control over, or the ability to use the firearm, even if it was not technically yours. For example, a gun in the house can be risky if you know where it is and can get to it. A gun owned by another person may still create danger depending on the facts. That includes a spouse, roommate, friend, or family member. "It's not mine" may not be enough if the situation looks like you had access or control. If you are prohibited from possessing firearms, avoiding ownership is not enough. Going shooting with friends, borrowing a gun for protection, or living around unsecured guns or ammunition can be risky with access or control. Can firearm rights ever come back? Sometimes they can, but sometimes is doing a lot of work. Firearm rights may be restored depending on the conviction, the jurisdiction, and the exact legal remedy. For a federal conviction, one possible route may be a presidential pardon. For a state conviction, state remedies may be available. They can include a pardon, expungement, set aside, or restoration of civil rights. ATF says people convicted of a disabling offense may seek restoration through legal remedies. For federal convictions, those remedies may include presidential pardons. For state convictions, state law remedies may apply. There is also a federal relief from disabilities provision under Title 18 United States Code, Section 925, subsection C, which allows a prohibited person to apply for relief from federal firearm restrictions under federal law. That relief is not automatic. It depends on whether the person is found unlikely to endanger public safety and whether relief is in the public interest. The Department of Justice has also said it is developing a federal firearm rights restoration application process through its Firearm Rights Restoration Program, because processes can change, verify the current status before relying on it. Here is the biggest catch. The remedy must fully remove the firearm disability. A partial restoration may not be enough. A general statement that your civil rights are restored may not mean your gun rights are restored. Voting rights, jury rights, public office rights, and firearm rights are not always treated the same way. ATF regulations say certain legal remedies can remove the federal firearm disability. Those remedies include a pardon, expungement, set aside, or restoration of civil rights. This does not apply if the order still bars firearm possession or does not fully restore firearm rights under the law of the convicting jurisdiction under Title 27 of the Code of Federal Regulations, Section 478.142. So the exact wording matters. "My record was cleared" is not enough by itself. You need to know what was cleared, what rights were restored, and whether firearm rights were included. This is where internet answers can become dangerous. A state may restore certain rights, but federal law may still matter. State law can also create separate firearm restrictions, even if the federal issue appears resolved. A background check may go through, but that does not guarantee you are safe under every law that applies. Licensed gun dealers are not allowed to transfer firearms to prohibited people, and federal paperwork asks about felony convictions and other disqualifying conditions. Lying on that paperwork can create a separate legal problem. So do not treat a gun store conversation as legal clearance. Do not rely on a friend, a comment section, or the fact that probation ended. Before getting near a firearm, get your complete conviction records. Identify whether the conviction was state or federal, and talk to an attorney who understands firearm rights and criminal records. Ask for written confirmation before you handle any firearm or ammunition. That includes obtaining, storing, carrying, or accessing it. Until then, stay away from guns and ammunition. So, can a felon ever own a firearm? Usually, a person with a felony conviction cannot legally possess firearms or ammunition unless their rights have been fully restored. But in some cases, rights may come back through a proper legal remedy. The key is that the firearm restriction must be fully removed, records first, legal review second, no possession until the answer is confirmed in writing. If this helped, like this video, subscribe to Fresh Start Society, and visit freshstartsociety.hq.com for more information.